ॐ अज्ञानितिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता श्रीराधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नीलाचाल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यं जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरौ दीनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. I am sure by Lord Jagannath's mercy, you and your family, your near and dear ones, are safe from corona, which is spreading rampantly, and are sheltered by Karuna, which is showering causelessly. Though it's a sad situation with the outside world, for us devotees, it's been a blissful world trying to dive deep within. In the temple, we have been having celebrations for Jagannath Rath Yatra, where we glorify our dear most Jagannath, the Lord of the universe. Then we have Balram Jayanti, where we glorify Baldev. Today, I'm with you all to try to make a humble attempt in glorifying Subhadramai. It's a service given by the Sharanya team Matajis. I personally do not have any qualification to glorify Subhadramai. Whatever I'm going to speak is based on what I've read from Srila Prabhupada's writings, lectures from senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and various devotees who have always inspired me on the path of bhakti. I thank Sharanya team for this service and pray to all assembled Matajis that I'm able to repeat what I understood and do justice to the service. It so happened, once upon a time, a boy in India felt his parents are very much choking his freedom. He wanted to go to a place where he's completely free to do anything. By his parents' financial help and support, he was able to do engineering. And after successful completion of engineering, guess what? He got a fantastic job in the US. It was a dream come true, lol, full freedom. On board his flight, he thought, I'm a free bird now. I can go and enjoy and can do anything. While in India, he was a pious boy and was not able to taste bad habits because he was under the control of his parents. Then he thought, all this I have to enjoy when I'm in the US. Smoke, drink, enjoy with women and what not. The moment he landed in US, he checked his laptops for any updates. He was surprised to see a mail from his father, and that was so soon. His father wrote, "My boy, I'm proud of you. You successfully completed your studies. I am happy that you have got a job of $5,000. So, from this month, when you get your pay, you keep $1,000 with you and send me $4,000." The boy was, ugh. He thought, this is hardly sufficient for me to commute from my place of stay to work and for my bare minimum expenses. I will have to live just hand to mouth. He was frustrated but did not express to his father. So religiously, every month he sent $4,000 to his father. In this way, 5 years passed. In the meanwhile, his father found a match and his marriage was arranged. On the day of his marriage, his father gave him a check. Guess what? It was $4,000 into 60 months. That is all the 5 years' money. Almost crores of Indian rupees. The boy was surprised. Penny to penny, his father returned it all. He asked his father, "Papa, why are you returning everything to me?" Father told, "My son, I know when you are going to America, you will spend everything and have no control. Now that you are married and your wife is a policewoman, I am sure that she will not allow you to spend unnecessarily and she will never let you go on the right path. Wrong path, I'm so sorry. You cannot smoke or drink without her permission. She is a finance minister and the controller, so you won't go astray." So Mataji is on the lighter side. It's all about control. As conditions jivas, generally we don't like being controlled. But what's the eternal truth? What does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? In the 18th chapter, 61st verse, Krishna says, "Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjuna tishtase brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya." According to the living entity's past desire, it may be to enjoy again in the material world or a sincere desire to serve Krishna. Whatever. Yoga Maya or Maya gives them a particular type of body which is mentioned as yantra or machine. As soon as a living entity is placed in that particular type of body, he has to work under the spell of that bodily situation. Srila Prabhupada gives example of a person seated in a high-speed motor car vis-a-vis a slower car. The living entity, the driver may be the same, but what about the car? Srila Prabhupada says the living entity is not independent. One should not think himself independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The individual is always under the Lord's control. Here, in this purport, Srila Prabhupada speaks about Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya or Maya gives him a particular body. When I was assigned this service, I was in a fix how to glorify Subhadramai. That's when I started researching because everything is already there for us now. So it's only research what is there. So the first what I came is across is let us offer prayers to Subhadra Devi. I have put it on the slides over here. देवी त्वं विष्णुमायापि मोहयन्ती चराचरं हृत्पद्मासनसंस्थासि विष्णुभावानुसारिणि. O Devi, you are Vishnu's Maya, and as such, you cause the bewilderment of all moving and non-moving living entities in the universe. The lotus seat of your heart is a sitting place of great loving devotion to Lord Vishnu. जय देवी भक्तिदात्री प्रसीद परमेश्वरी जय देवी सुभद्रा त्वं सर्वेष्वं भद्रदायिनी. All glories to you, the bestower of bhakti. You are famous as the supreme controller of these material universes. All glories to you, Subhadra Devi, the giver of auspiciousness to one and all. Sorry, I could not display that over there. Forgive me for that. So, all along the today's glorification of Subhadramai, I will try to cover I have segregated into Nam, Rupa, Guna and Leela. But forgive me, Matajis, I was trying to fit in the same uh, co- combination or order, but it was not fitting up. So I'll just go on speaking and later we can just segregate. So in the Krishna book, which we all know, which is some summary of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada writes in the chapter Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna. So Prabhupada writes here, Krishna and Yogamaya appeared as brother and sister. Oh, that's when I sigh a breath, a sigh of relief. I'm able to get some connection now, how to glorify Subhadramai. Srila Prabhupada further writes, Krishna and Yogamaya, the supreme powerful and the supreme power. Although there is no clear distinction between the powerful and the power is always subordinate to the powerful. Srila Prabhupada is so eloquent in his writings, and I tell you, only he can do that. Even while mentioning the word, I just went through simply first, and while I was just making notes, I noticed that even while mentioning the word powerful and power, Prabhupada made a clear distinction between the letters. The letter P in powerful has been distinctly mentioned in capital, whereas the little letter P in power has been mentioned in small caps. That's the extent Srila Prabhupada's writings go deep. I was amazed. How can we correlate this aspect of power and powerful? Say we have Satish Shivalingam. He was a gold medalist, Indian gold medalist in weightlifting. So when he is being rewarded for this, act of lifting so many kgs, who would be rewarded? They would put the gold medal for his power for weightlifting, or on the powerful Satish who did the act. So that's a simple comparison I could try to do to connect between powerful and power. So from this we can connect how Krishna is the all powerful and Subhadra Mai, who is the power, or Yogamaya, is none other than the internal principal potency of the supreme personality of Godhead. Well, that doesn't mean we undermine the position of Subhadra Mai. We should not see as, oh, she's only Krishna's younger sister. When we speak about Lord Balram, we don't think or speak or pray to Baldev as, oh, you are the elder brother of Krishna. Do we? No. We have a glorious place for Lord Baldev as our Adi Guru. Similarly, though Subhadramaya is the younger sister of the two, as Yogamaya, she is always engaged in serving Krishna. Yoga means to unite, and Yoga Maya is that energy which maintains and ever expands wonderful relationship with the devotees and the Lord. She wants maximum jivas to come to his lotus feet. Now, how can we understand this clear picture of this potency of the Lord? I was very confused when I was reading that. I was totally lost. How do I understand this? So I just came across through various in Bhagavad Gita itself in various lokas. Prabhupada refers about Kunti Maharani prayers, how it was stated. In Kunti Maharani prayers, we have this words, Maya Javanika Channam Ajnatokshajamavyayam Na Lakshase Mudadrisha Nato Natya Dharo Yata. It is said that the Lord is covered by the curtain of Yoga Maya, and thus ordinary people cannot understand him. This Yogamaya curtain is also confirmed in the Isopanishad, in which the devotee says, Hiranmayena patrena satyasthapihitam mukam tattvam bhushana pavrino satyadharmaya drishtaye. O my Lord, you are the maintainer of the entire universe, and devotional service unto you is the highest religious principle. I pray that you will always maintain me. Your transcendental form is covered by the Yoga Maya. May you kindly remove this glowing effulgence that impede my seeing your Satchidananda Vigraha. To understand this, I would like to share an experiment by a famous behavioral Russian scientist by name Ivan Pavlov. He's called the father of behavioral psychology. He performed a very interesting experiment. Mr. Pavlov constructed a mouse trap. Those two boxes hanging from the top are two feeding chambers, and he used to place a piece of cake in both the left one and also the right one. The mouse used to come, eat from the left chamber first, and then used to go to the right and happily return back to its hole after eating the cake in the right chamber also. This continued for days. One day, Mr. Pavlov did something different. In between the cake piece of the left chamber, he inserted a small wire and gave electric supply to give a shock, not to kill the mouse, but to just give it a jolt. That day also, the mouse came as usual and started relishing and eating the cake, eating and eating and eating. And when its mouth reached the electric wire, it got a jolt. It thought something is wrong. Then it went to the right chamber, ate the cake happily, and returned. When this kept continuing, the mouse stopped going to the left chamber and started eating from the right side because it knew it's going to get a shock. This went for a few days. Now, Pavlov inserted the wire in the right chamber's cake piece. So, when the mouse came the next day and started relishing the cake from the right chamber, as it was all used to now by now, it got a jolt. Then it went to the left side, ate the cake piece, and went away. The next morning, the same thing happened. Now the mouse got used to the new arrangement. What did Sir Pavlov do now? He started changing the wire one day from the left chamber and next day in the right, or again in the right and next day in the left, and so on. The mouse got totally confused. What am I going to get? Shock or cake? He observed, Mr. Paolo observed that the mouse would go to the right hand side eagerly to eat the cake, attachment for the cake. And, but the moment it used to read the cake, it was just stop in front of the cake. What if I get a shock? Because he had experienced that jolt. In this way, he started back and forth, completely bewildered. In the meanwhile, what Mr. Pavlov did, Mr. Pavlov opened the mouse trap door and kept a big piece of cake outside. Now, can we guess what the mouse did? We would think because the door is open, the mouse will run out immediately and escape, or it might have come and ate the big piece of cake. The irony is that the mouse did not even notice. It just kept running back and forth, and did not escape from the trap and died inside the trap. Pavlov's mouse is all of us, the conditioned souls who decided to turn our face away from Krishna. Despite getting so many jolts, we are not awake. We told Krishna, we don't want to do anything with you. Why our enjoyment should be always dependent on you? Why can't I enjoy separately from you? Krishna, our most loving father, says, sure, why not? I shall facilitate, but you will have to forget me. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, O Arjuna, Naham prakasha sarvasya Yogamaya samavrita मूढोऽयं न bijanati loko mamajamavyayam. In the 7th chapter, 25th verse, this is stated. You want to enjoy your life separately from me, which is not possible because I have to orchestrate all your enjoyment. But I can do one thing. This is what Krishna says. I will put a curtain between you and me. I can see you, but you will never be able to see me. What is this curtain made of? We can see on the screen. Avidya, that is ignorance. Asmita, false ego. Raga, attachment. Dvesha, hatred. And abhinivesh, absorption in the body as a basis for sense gratification. We are busy in this material world experiencing so many emotions: joy, sorrow, lamentation, hatred, love, but we don't have to time to observe Krishna. This curtain is a virtual curtain, not a physical one. The Yogamaya potency of the Lord. Now, when we come down to the pastimes of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have read Brahma was covered by Yogamaya. So, Srila Vrishana Chakrati Thakur comments here that it was Yogamaya, the potency by which Krishna is manifest and sometimes not manifest, and the potency which covers the actual reality and displays something unreal is Mahamaya. Even in the beautiful pastime of Yashoda Mai, when she saw the universal, entire universe Brahmand in the lotus mouth of Krishna, for a moment she thinks, oh, Srila Prabhupada writes, oh, this is the supreme personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada writes that she could understand the real truth. She could understand the whole philosophy of life. But the very next moment, Krishna put her under his Yogamaya potency. Krishna did not like his mother to see him with awe and reverence. So immediately she started telling, oh, my baby will be hungry. Now I have to feed him breast milk. I have to make food for Krishna. He's so naughty. I have to tie him. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the thieves who took little Nimai wanted to exploit the resources of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They had no devotion. They had an enjoying mentality. The Supreme Personality Godhead was riding right on their shoulder, accepting their sandesh and all other sweets, but they could not recognize him. After all the wonderful mercy which they got, were they in ecstasy? No, because they were lost. They approached the Lord just for exploiting him. In the Vedas, it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has multipotencies. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Suryate. All the different potencies are acting externally and internally, and Yogamaya is the chief of all the potencies. Here, Srila Prabhupada gives two examples. In one tree, there are varieties of leaves, fruits, and flowers. Varieties of energy are required for performing varieties of activities within the tree. In another example, Srila Prabhupada says, say there's a machine and all parts may be made of iron. If we point out to each part of the machine and ask, what is this? We'll tell this is iron, that is iron, everything is iron. So that is basic understanding. But a person who knows the machine will tell that this is a pulley, this is a spindle, this is a wheel, this is a screw. So though everything is made of iron, we give different names, though each part functions naturally in such a way that work of the machine goes on. So in this way, Krishna's power is variegated, and thus the same Shakti or potency works in variegated ways. Now, as a service, Yoga Maya goes to any extent to glorify the Lord and serve Him. She has only one goal: to please Krishna. That's it. In Srimad Bhagavatam pages, it's written, Krishna ordered Yogamaya to transfer Lord Balram from Devaki's womb to Mother Rohini's womb and then go herself into the womb of Mother Yashoda. Not ending there, again she has to be brought back to Mother Devaki. And all this when there is already a child in Mother Yashoda's womb. It's so complicated when we hear itself, but imagine the task of doing it. It was not an easy task. We'll think, oh, this is nothing, this is difficult for us, but it's nothing for Maya Devi. In fact, I was when I read, I was really taken aback. It was written in Prabhupada writes. In fact, for a moment, she was thinking how to do, and so Krishna addressed her as Shubhe, that is auspicious. Oh, auspicious, be blessed. Take power from me, and you will be able to do it. Say for us, even for in our temple, we have this Ratha Yatra or any festival for that matter. So many arrangements have to be made, so many permissions to be taken, devotees, Ratha arrangement, prasad, and whatnot. It's literally a fight. So many things we have to do and plan. So even for her, it was a difficult task. And moreover, no reciprocation from her parents to whom she was born. The moment she was born to Mother Yashoda, she was brought back to the jail, just born and transferred back to the jail, right? No thought about her own personal pleasure. Okay, if I'm born there, then what I'll get? If I'm come here, then what I'll get? Just service for Krishna's pleasure. She orchestrates the different pastimes of Krishna in the spiritual world. Also, in the words Ladini Sandini Samved Tvayek Sarva Samsitau Ladatapakari Mishra Tvayi no Guna Varjite. I got the reference from Srila Prabhupada writes in Hamsa Guhya prayers. Because that's one service. Another service of hers is false happiness. Srila Prabhupada says false happiness is a source of distress. But if one's endeavors for happiness are redirected toward the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this tapakari element of misery is vanquished. Now, in this verse, Lada tapakari, that word is used. Lada means for our joy, and that she turns into tapakari. Say, when devotees are engaged completely in Krishna's service, she removes the misery element. We start experiencing the original pleasure potency. Whereas when we do anything in this material world for our joy, it turns into misery. It's a miserable state. That feeling is caused by Yogamaya, that which makes it miserable. Because generally, only in misery, materialistic people go to Krishna. As it is, they want to enjoy themselves. The enjoying potency she turns into that miserable situation. So even those who are either in Artho, Artharthi, Jnani, Jignasu, as we have learned in Bhagavad Gita, when they're troubled and frustrated, they come to Krishna. And she is the one who facilitates this. So that's how she brings even the misdirected souls to the Lord. Even devotees, when we are in deep trouble, we think of Krishna more. That is Yogamaya ailing us to Krishna more intensely. She is the one who facilitates this wonderful service. Her main job is to just bring people to the lotus feet of Krishna. Example, for example, when we are fasting for Janmashtami, we fast with joy and we don't even care. We have so many services, but at that time, doing the service, that service gives more and more pleasure. We don't feel, oh, I have been fasting whole day, now I cannot do. So I've always seen in the temple, devotees are just from morning to night, and might be even the next day also. They are continuously engaged in service, not even thinking about, I have been fasting, so I don't have the energy to walk. So that's a great inspiration, rather, for me also. So that removing that pain in fasting and then enjoying the potency, we can link it very well. That pleasure potency we are enjoying, pleasure in serving the Lord. So all glories to Yogamaya who facilitates this. Also, another example in this COVID situation, so many jivas are using the lockdown for their own sense gratification or anything apart from occupational duties or serving Krishna. My colleagues were saying, as I'm known there in my banking profession, why don't you download Netflix or Amazon Prime? Even your daughter is there at home, and you can, see wonderful movies if it's at a discount. And as such, I am not tech savvy, and upon that I never knew what is this Netflix or everything. It kept on popping, and I really not know what it is. And they were also saying you can watch movies, for so many hours, it is given, so much facilities are given. So this is the kind of, people are there around who are using, this situation just for enjoying. And so whereas so many others are depressed, some are feeling suicidal, or some who are suffering, they are going and spreading this virus to others so that others also suffer. So such an attitude. So whereas devotees all over are trying their best to serve, some giving classes, some hearing classes, some other facilitating for the classes. Temples are cooking and serving prasad to millions of needy, with with, I know, even with very limited number of devotees. Even in our temple, so many number of plates were served daily, to so many needy people. It's a great inspiration. And even two Matajis, I heard they chanted lakhs of rounds and dedicated to the suffering souls. So in this way, when the devotees endeavor to reach out to endeavors and devotees endeavor to reach out to Krishna, Yogamaya removes the Stapakari element and encourages them to serve the Lord more and more. Now here is a goof up in my order what I told you, where I'm supposed to say Nama, Rupa, Guna and Leela. So might be I've told something of their gunas, Yogamaya Guna, and just now I'm just coming to the Rupa. Why they have this form? Why they are in this unfinished form? Is it because only of King Indradumna pastime? No. Everything takes place by the will of the Lord. The Lord decided to come in this form. Now Krishna left Vrajabhumi and came to Mathura, and then he went to Dwaraka, married 16,108 wives. They were all serving Krishna so nicely, but still Krishna is not happy. He was just staying there, but his mind, heart, everything is in Vrindavan. The cows, the damsels of Vrindavan, Nanda Baba, Yashoda Mai, all his friends, Gopas, Gopis. Sometimes while sleeping, Krishna used to utter, Radhe, Radhe, Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. All his queens wondered, we are taking so much care of our dear husband. What is this Radhe, Radhe, Gopi, Gopi? Why our beloved husband is uttering so like a madman in delirium? They never had any access to Vrajabhumi or Vrindavan pastimes, but they are full of opulence in Dwaraka. So they were never able to understand what is Madhurya Leela exactly. On the wives, because their love is always mixed with jnana and aishwarya. So they were keen to know what is this. So they asked Mother Rohini, Mother, please tell why Krishna is telling this way, always calling out in the night like a madman. Is he not happy with us? What has happened? So Mother Rohini says, Vraja Leela is Madhurya Leela. It is so intoxicating and sweet. It is so attractive that Krishna and Balram will also be attracted to it if they hear. The wives requested, please, Mother Rohini, please share us with us because we are deprived of it. We don't have any access to hear. If you don't tell, then where can we hear this intoxicating, sweet pastimes? Then Mother Rohini tells, I can tell under one condition. Someone should guard by the door. Because if Krishna and Balram are coming, then they should indicate to me and I will stop. Otherwise, they will become ecstatic because their own pastimes they get into ecstasy, right? We never, how aesthetic do we get hearing the pastimes? It's so different feeling. I was thinking. Anyways, so now the question is, now who will stand by the door? Now, if these queens stand by the door, then they will miss the essence. So then we have one person who is always service oriented in among all, Who is that? None other than our beloved Subhadra Mai. Anytime when it comes to service, and when she wants to facilitate somebody to hear Krishna's pastimes, then she's the first one to come and sacrifice anything, like how we read in the first verse, where she sacrificed even Mother Yashoda and went back to the jail even the moment she was born. So she told, okay, I will do this service. Mother Rohini, I will stand by the door, and then Mother Rohini told, okay, you have to alert me the moment you see Krishna and Balram coming. So as decided, Subhadramai, sweet little Subhadramai, stands by the door. It's a beautiful door is there on the screen. You can just imagine. And with her hands stretched out on both sides, she stands blocking the door. Here inside, almost around so many queens. I don't know about the numbers, but His Holiness God Govind Swami Maharaj says around 6,000 plus queens, were assembled in that hall to hear the beautiful nectarian pastimes of the Lord. And Rohini Maya went on narrating the nectarian pastimes. All were engrossed. And so, what about our great Subhadra Mai Devi who's standing outside? The moment Mother Rohini started narrating the Leelas, as anyone, she also became ecstatic. And when she became ecstatic, her hands shrunk in, and so we have this beautiful form of Subhadra Mai, which we are serving now in the temple. In the meanwhile, what happens? Krishna and Balram came, but Subhadra Mai was already in ecstasy and did not notice that they have come. So nobody was there to warn Mother Rohini. They stood on either side and heard their pastime. So beautiful it looks over here, and so we can imagine how beautiful the pastime would have been. So when I saw this PPT itself, I myself was feeling so ecstatic. So and that's how the moment they heard their own pastimes, they went into ecstasy, and that's how we have this form of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadramai. It's not that only because they were completed or incompleted forms that they decided that we want to appear this way, and that's how. And then that moment, what happens? Our all dear Narad Muni, he appears there and he got the darshan of the Lord, and he tells that he has already got this darshan, but for us to benefit, to serve this all potency, full of potency and full of uh, mercy on us, to serve mercy on us, Narad Muni told that please be present in this form so that generations to come can worship this form. And so we are really that's when we are able to worship this beautiful form of Lord Jagannath, Lord Baldev, and Subhadramai. So in another one pastime, it so happens that like in Dwaraka itself, Krishna feels acute separation, like how we read earlier, or we speaking earlier, that from Radharani, actually he's feeling acute pain, and many a times, he falls and faints unconscious and falls unconscious. So similarly, Radharani also was in such a situation while she was in there in Vrindavan. So once it so happened, thinking of Radharani, thinking Radhe Radhe Radhe, Krishna fell unconscious. And by the arrangement of providence, Narad Muni comes there, and Uddhava also comes. Now they understood, oh my God, it's just because of separation that Krishna has become unconscious. Now they are discussing how to revive this. So Balramji also comes there, and so they tell to Narad Muni that you start singing Vrajlila. Then Narad Muni says, if I start singing Vrajlila, then he will get up and start running towards Vrajidam. So you ask Daruka to be ready. Then they decide, okay, but that before that, we should send somebody. Then they tell, okay, Uddhava, you do one thing. Because you are a very good messenger, you have done this earlier also. So why don't you go first only to Vraja? That's good. Then Uddhava says, oh my God, already I went there and I saw the condition of the gopis, and I was totally shattered. They are totally, shattered in without seeing Krishna, or in a feeling separation from Krishna. So do I cannot do that. And Baldev says, they'll tell, okay, Baldev, why don't you go? You're the elder brother, so you go there. Baldev says, even me too. Other day I went and I promised Mother Yashoda that Mother Yashoda, when I saw, I was totally broke when I saw Yashoda Maya situation. And I told, I will go and bring Krishna very soon, Mother Yashoda. So you don't worry. You please try to control. I came here and told Krishna, but Krishna never budged. He did not go to Vrindavan. Now again, what face shall I go and show Mother Yashoda? Saying this, Balram started crying, incessant tears, totally heartbroken and shattered. So now whom do we have? Always in service for Krishna, who's ever ready to serve? Subhadra. So she always wants to please in whatever is possible way in Krishna. Okay. So she volunteers. You all don't think and contemplate on anything. I will go to Vrajbhumi. I will sit on, I'm a female, so I will sit on Mother Yashoda's lap, wipe her tears, and tell Mother Yashoda, Krishna is coming, don't cry, he'll come very soon. Actually, we both started first together, but on the way, when we were coming, many kings made grand decorations for Krishna, and so his chariot has not yet reached here. I came to inform you so that you can do many and you can do some arrangements for his arrival, so don't be in anxiety. Then Subhadramai told, then that way I will pacify Mother Yashoda. Then who is next shattered worst situation over there are the gopis. Then I'll go to the gopis and tell, see my dear sisters, all the males are little crooked, right? But we females are simple. Because I am woman, they will believe me also. Hmm? Now you all stop crying and start engaging in making preparations for welcoming Krishna. Actually, again, I'll tell that we all started coming, and then Krishna has got stuck on between, and he'll be reaching soon. So this was a little convincing, plan for Uddhav and Narad Muni and Baldev. So then they told, okay, that's a good idea. And Baldevji also had lots of love and affection for Vraj Bhumi and also for his sister. So he says, then all right, why Subhadra should go alone? I will also go along. So that way also, that part forms also in the Ratha Yatra, if you see, first Subhadra Devi goes first, Subhadra Devi's chariot goes, then Baldev, and then our all Lord of the universe, Lord Jagannath goes. So also for this, when all the three chariots were decorated, and finally Krishna wakes up, Narad Muni starts singing Raj Leela, and then Krishna wakes up, and then he keeps on asking that, oh, where is my flute? Where is my flute? Who has taken my flute? And he's like totally in ecstasy, because what 22 years is Vraj Leela? My Mohana Murali flute, who has taken it? This is a work of the gopis. I know they have taken and stolen my flute. And there he's standing in his Tribanga form. He's not even remembering that he's in Dwaraka, full of Aishwaryamai over there. And he's starting out and calling and started running, O Radhe, O Gopi, where are you taken my flute? Then suddenly he looked, Uddhav and Narada and are around. He asked Uddhav, why are you here in Vrajbhumi? And he also asked Narad Muni, Narada, how come you came here? Then they both tell that, okay, Lord, we have made arrangement for you to reach Rajbhumi. And then they tell that already Krishna and Yashoda, Subhadramai and Baldev have gone, and they help Krishna to board his chariot Daruka, and they tell Daruka to drive Krishna on the speed of the wind. So that is one very beautiful pastime where we can connect. This is very beautifully been narrated by His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. When we hear from his lotus mouth, it's really nectarian. So that's one part of the Leelas. And in another, what's happened was, once Arjuna disguised himself as a renunciant, and he went to Dwaraka. So he disguised in such a way that nobody could, recognize that he is Arjuna. Nobody recognized him. They showed him the respect due to a Vaishnava mendicant, and it said in some places that it was also Chaturmas. So usually Chaturmas, many sannyasis go, and Mahaprabhu also went and spent 4 months in South India. So that way Arjuna was also on his tour. So one day Arjuna got a invitation. Already 4 months passed, and he was very well served at Dwarka. Then, in the meanwhile, after the 4 months passed, because once uh, um, as his form as a renunciate, once that is over, Arjuna he received an invitation to dine at Lord Balram's home. There he caught sight of Subhadra and was immediately overwhelmed by desire to serve her. So Subhadra also at the same time decided to have Arjuna as a husband, and thus she also glanced at him shyly. Arjuna expressed his desire to Lord Krishna. So then Krishna knew that his elder brother Lord Baldev was arranging her marriage with Duryodhan, and he was not pleased with it. But one thing he could not do is he could not dare to go against the arrangement of Baldev. So he advised Arjuna to kidnap Subhadra. Srila Prabhupada writes that it is in all the Kshatriya marriages happened that way. We know Krishna, Rukmini pastime, and all the 16,108 wives also Krishna has only fought in Velar and won them and married them. And Krishna also, no, and Srila Prabhupada also states that the blood which is from the after killing the Kshatriya, or after waging a war to bring the queen or princess, that blood is applied on the forehead of the bride. So that's how Srila Prabhupada states. So in this way, and then what happened? One very very wonderful thing in this pastime is, um, once what happened. Once he decided. Arjuna decided to kidnap Subhadra by will of the Lord also, because Krishna also wanted that and did not want her to marry Duryodhan. Then a few days later, Subhadra came out of the palace and just to see the gods and the temple. Taking this opportunity, and also it's written in Bhagavatam that Arjuna took permission from Vasudeva and Devaki, and then he updated Subhadra and defeated the Yadavas who tried to stop him, just as a lion takes his prey and departs. That's the way he won over her and took her. So don't go by this for screen that I did not get a proper pic for this, but this is what we could manage at that moment. Uh, and then finally later, when all the family members were initially not very happy, but late Balram was also very upset by this, but later it is also told that Krishna fell at the lotus feet of at the feet of Balram, and then he got pacified. But once he was pacified, he became joyful and sent the bride and groom with a very wonderful wedding gifts and so much of dowry and all that. It's not a right word. Lot of wonderful gifts. So one small thing we can learn from this pastime is Krishna is pleased when our service is done under the shelter of Yogmaya. Krishna connects Arjuna with Subhadra because Arjuna is a pure devotee. Krishna had a long-term plan. What is that? Arjuna is not doing with Subhadra's consent or without her parents' consent or without Krishna's permission. He's doing this act to please Krishna and with Krishna's permission and for Krishna's pleasure only, not for his pleasure, like how we hear in this mundane case of karmis. They just kidnap and take for their own material enjoyment. They try to enjoy Krishna's amsha for their own sense gratification and they don't care for her. That's when she becomes tapakari, like we mentioned earlier. So now he did this because Krishna wanted it. Arjuna is doing it to fulfill Krishna's desire. Now Krishna had planned that between them, the child who is born would provide an heir who won a crucial battle for them and was instrumental in continuing the bloodline. Also, her son would die a valiant death, but her grandson, who is Parikshit Maharaj, will become a great source of inspiration through Srimad Bhagavatam for generations to come. Though Draupadi's and others' sons died, Subhadra's grandson, Parikshit Maharaj, lived on to be glorified from that day today and even in the ages to come in the Amala Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam. That was a long term plan which Krishna had for all of us in this small, even if we say it's a kidnapping of, Subhadramai. So that's finally Mataji's, it's Maya that's protecting actually the Lord's abode from us. She protects the Lord's abode from our disturbance. She wants to be assured that we are damn serious in serving the Lord. We are absolutely serious. Once Srila Prabhupada was walking on a waterfront in Germany. So he saw a big ocean liner and was being pulled by the by a tugboat, small tugboat. Really, one small like 100 size of the ocean liner. Now this ocean liner, big huge ocean liner, was pulled onto the shore by the tugboat because its engine was switched off. So Srila Prabhupada, he told to his disciples there, even a big ocean liner can be pulled easily by a small tugboat if its machine is switched off. So, no matter how powerful you are, Maya can pull you if your Krishna consciousness is switched off. That's Srila Prabhupada. Maya is so strong. She is inventing new weapons for attacking us. In this world, we see so many types of attack, terrorist attack, biological warfare. What is the latest? COVID. It's being the latest. Maya's special attack is to create our own agenda against the agenda of the community of devotees many times. At times, we are at odds with the mood of Srila Prabhupada's mission. And what happens because of this? Discord among devotees. That's because Maya is so strong and our bhakti is weak. Srila Prabhupada used to say, only problem with my devotees is that they are not sufficiently afraid of Maya. They think that they have overcome Maya. Prabhupada often used to pray to Krishna, Krishna, protect me from Maya. Krishna is so eager that when we offer prayers to protect from Maya, the same potency of the Lord facilitates our coming closer to Krishna. She facilitates that we make rapid advancement in devotional service. Her only goal is to get us closer to Krishna. So it is only bhakti that will get us rise to Krishna. How? Only when the bhakta is fearful of Maya. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Eshantu antagatam papam jnanam punya karmanam tvedvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrita. When we serve great souls and please Krishna by practice of bhakti, topmost of being, it being taking shelter of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, all the six anarthas, Kama, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya will be destroyed. So Matajis, I would not stretch further. Time is also warning me. So while we take care of our spiritual life, we shall also pray for those who are completely lost in Mahamaya and have not turned towards Krishna. Because that's what Srila Prabhupada did. And that's what Srila Prabhupada wants of us. Srila Prabhupada had a compassionate heart, was fully focused on pleasing Krishna. He wanted to help spiritually starving people. When we have a grateful heart, we can appreciate the value of what we receive. The more we come in harmony to our true self, we feel compassion to other living beings. So, like Subhadra Mai, let us also live our life with character to or seva to uplift others. It is by the blessings of Subhadra Devi that we get more and more chance to serve Krishna in the right mood. So one who hears about Krishna is auspicious, and Subhadra means one who brings that auspiciousness. So I will end with this glorious verse in Jagannath Ashtakam, residing on the shore of the great ocean within a large palace situated on the crest of the brilliant golden Nilachala hill. Along with his powerful brother Balabhadra, and the middle of them his sister Subhadra, Lord Jagannath bestows this opportunity for devotional service upon all godly souls. Mahambudhisthire kanakaruchire nilashikare वसान प्रसादन्त सहज बलभद्रेण मलिना सुभद्रमध्यस्था सकलसुरसेवा वसराधो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जय Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Matajis. So please forgive me. I have been really immature if I'm immature in my presentation. I have tried to hear, I have tried to share, but if I am not expressed in the right way, it's because of my shortcomings or my not understanding this great service of the Lord. So please forgive me if I have made any mistakes or blunders. I'm open to comments and corrections. And I think for answering questions, we have got lot many senior Matajis here assembled. So thank you so much. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.